I hope mko sawa. In today's video, we are going to discuss the taxi ecosystem. And who do I mean by ecosystem? I mean, who are the players in the taxi industry? And I'm doing this video because there is a guy who reached out to me and said, in my videos, I always talk about partners. And he was like, who are these partners? Who is a partner? Who is a partner in this business? So I think some of these terms, we have been using them casually and assuming that everybody understands who is a partner, who is a rider, who is the app owner, and other ecosystem stuff that exists in the Uber business. But in this video, I'm just going to make a quick breakdown for you to understand who are the players in this Uber and taxi industry, and what are the terms used to refer to them, and where can you get them. So, and where do you sit in that value chain? Because an ecosystem of taxi is for everyone, is for the companies that have invented the technology, it is for drivers who drive vehicles, it is for people who own vehicles, and at the end of the day, it is for you who orders these taxis. So there are 4 partners in the ride-hailing business. So ride-hailing is just a term used to refer to the digital taxi system, as well as the other systems that are used for the gig economy, like food delivery and parcel delivery. So we have the first partner, who is the ride-hailing company, like Uber, like Bolt, like Faras. They are the technology companies. They are the innovators of the technology. They are the owners of the application. And what do? Theirs is to develop the app and do the marketing. So they are the one who do advertisement. They are the one who encourage people to order for trips. And also they set the price. Every price that you pay, it is not set by the driver, it is not set by the government, it is set by the app companies like Uber. So drivers have nothing to do with the money you pay. The other thing that these taxi companies do, they manage and regulate the app users. So they are the one who block drivers, they block users, they give ratings to drivers and everything. Okay, so they set the whole rules because they own the technology, and everything that happens, they are the one who maintain the database. So that is the first company. So those are called the app owners. And remember that Uber, Bolt, Faras, they don't own vehicles. It's just like Airbnb is the biggest hosting, or I would say the housing, or how do you call it, accommodation platform. But Airbnb does not own any house, they don't own any hotel or any guest house. So this is the same thing for Uber and Bolt and Faras. The second partner is the driver. Okay, and Uber or Bolt or Faras, they are partners with drivers. So Uber refer to driver as a partner because driver is the one who interacts with them directly. You get? Actually, it is the driver who pays Uber. Uber does not pay the driver, by the way. Uber get paid by the drivers because it is the driver who collects the money from the rider, and then through a commission arrangement, they pass their money to Uber as a payment for the services that Uber delivers to drivers according to what I have already described. So what does the driver do? The driver is the biggest partner to the technology company. So he delivers client from point A to B, and they collect the money from the client and they pay Uber. Okay, so us as drivers, we are the one who have employed Uber, and nobody should tell you anything else. Of course, the money we give to Uber does not come from the drivers, but they come from our clients. Like the people we carry are our clients. They are not Uber clients. You get my point? Even if it is them who give those clients to us, it is our level of service, it is our level of customer satisfaction that determines whether these guys will come back to us or not. You get my point? So the third partner is the car owner. You get my point? So the car owner could be driving his own car. In that case, he is the driver as well. Or he could hire a driver and give that driver the car, in a way that now the driver will be paying the partner and he will be paying Uber as well. So in that case, a partner owns the car and gets paid by the driver. You get my point? Drivers don't get paid by the partner. So when you are employed as a taxi driver, you are actually paying the partner instead of the partner paying for you. Paying you instead the partner paying you. It's an arrangement that people don't understand, and sometimes people are asking me, if I buy a car today and I employ a driver to drive my vehicle, how much should I be paying him? That is not a conversation that exists in the ecosystem of taxi. When you have a driver, you need to ask, how much will that driver pay me, instead of the other way around. So the fourth partner in the ecosystem is called the rider, and sometimes we refer to them as the client. So the rider, especially when you are using a vehicle, is the client. People tend to confuse the rider with the driver, because when you are using the two-wheelers like the boda bodas, the rider is actually, I would say, the driver of that boda boda, the person driving you to your destination, and the one being carried is the client. But in the vehicle industry, we refer to the client as the rider. So what the client does is to request for a ride and pay for it, and that is all. So there are I have mentioned there are four type of ecosystem players in the taxi industry. So you have the app companies, and I have mentioned Uber, Bolt, Litro, Cab, and Faras. They don't own any vehicle. They just developed the ecosystem, the digital platform for all the other players to interact there. The second one I said is the driver. His work is to carry customers and collect money and pay Uber, Bolt, and others their commission. The third partner is the third is the car owner, also referred as a partner. So most of the time ukisikia driver akisema natafuta partner, si kumaanisha wanatafuta Uber. No, they are looking for a car owner who is not willing to drive his own car, awapatie ili awe analipwa. And the fourth partner in the ecosystem is the rider or the client, or you who is watching me, because you are the biggest target when it comes to us making something from this industry. So you should not confuse anything in this case. And there are other intermediary companies or intermediary players that people would speak about. So ideally here you will talk of fleet companies, fleet management companies, because you don't always go to Uber with your vehicle as an individual. So there are companies that go to Uber with a fleet of vehicles, and they put them under Uber, and then they look for drivers. So for me, I can maybe start a fleet management company. I could have like 50 vehicles under me, and then I have an arrangement with Uber so that I can have a fleet, how can I call it? A fleet interface. Instead of the driver just seeing his own income, me as a fleet company, I will be able to see how much money are my cars making collectively from the Uber platform. But right now, if you are giving your vehicle to a driver, you will not have access to the Uber platform to know how much money are these drivers making. But if you give that vehicle to Uber as a fleet management, then you are able to monitor the earnings of your vehicles from the Uber interface, but it comes at a cost. Then we have the financing companies. Most of the time you will see Watu Credit, you will see Absa Bank, you will see maybe Mogo partnering with the taxi companies to offer asset financing so that drivers can access the capital they need to buy their own cars. So guys, I hope it is not too complex, but that's it for today, and looking forward to the next video. So goodbye and enjoy your evening. Cheers.